the fuck is this world?
I have read Robert Kennedy Jr.'s Anthony Fauci book, and that was eye-opening. I saw in the comment section quite a few people were talking about the AIDS stuff with Anthony. He became who he is now because of AIDS. So he spearheaded the whole AIDS thing. He was the head of it. He was the dude who saved the NIH. It was about to be defunded and let go because it was pointless. And then after the AIDS pandemic, they made billions of dollars and they were back. And ever since then, it's really been a timeline of different ones. It's an insane book, especially when it gets into the testing that they did for immunizations on orphan children and or children that had been taken away from their parents because it was easy to pay off the nurses and the people looking after the kids to let them do things. They had kids that they were giving medicine or injections to. They were giving one's medicine where if they didn't want it, they would strap them to a bed and put a pipe into their stomach and just pump it in. So they didn't have a choice to swallow or not because it went directly into their stomach via a tube. Some of the stories are very fucking hard to read. Very hard to read. And Robert Kennedy's never been sued for anything that he said about Fauci in that book. He's never had anybody dispute any of it because they know if they do dispute it, then he's going to want the facts around it. And anything that he's talked about, they don't want to talk about. So that book still exists. It's still out there and it's full of stuff. Yeah, it is peg feeding. It's fucking gross, man. I had to put the book down a couple of times. It's hard to hear, especially being a father, a new father. John's just said it there. They killed so many kids. It is fucked how many kids they killed. So anyway, I started my journey off on a lot of this vaccine stuff on the basis of the pandemic, and then I started looking into Fauci and then where his studies go. Obviously, because of this show, I read that book and that really opened my eyes. And then I've read the Wuhan book that he wrote, which sort of alludes to their work in bioweapons and gain of function research. And it really is it isn't much of a rabbit hole. All the information's right there. It's really, really crazy. So that was one of the big ones. And then stuff like this, it's all starting to come out now. So, 3 years ago, if you'd mentioned any of this stuff, you would have been called a lunatic, a cooker, a crazy conspiracy theorist, a tinfoil hat wearer. They're his emails that they have. That's their minutes from their meetings. That's a scramble. If they were innocent and they had nothing to do with it, when people started approaching them saying, "Hey, this looks man-made," why the scramble? Why didn't he ring the FBI? He said sounds like something you should ring the FBI, and then hung up, and then probably blackballed those guys. It's proper gross. And the fact that he's gotten away with it and getting away with it and probably will get away with it. It's there's no words. I just can't believe that people can exist in this world so evil. And Bill Gates as well. I mean, I put those two dudes. I know they're not at the top. I know they're not the top bad guys. They're the top bad guys that we're allowed to know about. They're the main bad guys, you know, that are running around doing things with targets on their back. I get that. But they're both motherfuckers. And I cannot believe that they're still roaming around, able to do what they're able to do. I cannot wait for Bill Gates' day to come. So I've got another one here that'll make everyone feel a little bit better. It's, to a certain degree, Fauci getting absolutely ripped a new asshole. So, like I said, people, and now this is a bit older. It's not a crazy old, but it's old enough. But people have had a gutful of him. His shit. And what's up with everyone saying that he's so handsome? You hear it every single time. Handsome this and handsome that and sexy man. I don't know. Maybe because I'm a dude and I don't swing that way, but I think he's repugnant. I think, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess if I was gay, he wouldn't be my type. I don't think that at all. Anyway, let's have a
Dropped the mic on Mr. Fauci.
You represent science, Mr. Fauci.
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no answer.
Yes, it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
Oh,
But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes.
So for those who don't know, these experiments, they took beagles, as you saw in the pictures there. Where is it? They took beagles and they had them lay there, and they had inside those nets with flies and mosquitoes, and they essentially tortured them to death. I don't really even know what that would give you in terms of why you would need to kill a beagle with fly infestation to the face. What are you getting out of that? Like, there's no gain there. I don't see. I mean, maybe, but is that really how you do it? This is the sort of shit he did. They would do that with dogs. They would probably do it with people. This is how gross these people are.
And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent. You confess that you made up the COVID rules, including 6 feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You made it up as you went.
I didn't say I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr. Fauci?
I didn't say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this is science. And making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. That man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked and he belongs in prison.
Suspend.
Here you are without your mask, where you got to go and enjoy the game and sit right next to people not following the 6 feet of distancing, not wearing your mask, and everyone else was forced to stay home and stop enjoying life. And your science here, your science is displayed perfectly in this picture where children in school were put in plastic bubbles because of your science, your repulsive, evil science. And let's go back to your very own email. You said earlier you don't use email. Oh, you do. Right here. This is your own email where you said the typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus. I do not recommend that you wear a mask. This is your email. This is your own words. But yet children all over America were forced to wear masks. Healthy children forced to wear masks, muzzled in their schools. And then they were forced to learn from home because of your so-called science and your medical suggestions, while you and all your cronies get paid from Big Pharma. You know that what this committee should be doing? We should be recommending you to be prosecuted. We should be writing a criminal referral because you should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. You belong in prison, Dr. Fauci.
She just said Mr. Fauci again. Anyway, yeah, so I just thought that was cool. I believe that was fairly old, though. That's not something that's new.